Shalom. I'm going to start by giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rachakodash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father in the ancient Hebrew. Yahweh Shai is the true name of His only begotten Son. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. The true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible are the so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans, as well as you Israelite foreigners that may look like the other nations but believe this truth. This is the brother Shakal here with a video lesson on how Esau is the white man, not Japheth. There's an argument going out, a false doctrine that the white man is Japheth, and it's a false doctrine. And you had that Bishop Nate of the IYC get confounded by the Ronald Dalton, because Bishop Nate is unlearned and a demon and does not understand the scriptures or is lying or whatever it may be. He's leading his congregation astray at the end of the day. The point being, we're going to go into biblical prophecy that Edom's role is to be the ruler, just to rule the daughter of Babylon in the end times, which would be a place of slavery for the Israelites and a place of great future judgment and destruction. That it says in the Zondervan's that Edom, the Zondervan's Bible Compact Dictionary, that Edom is the place of future judgment, Isaiah 63 and Isaiah 34, and that Edom is the only neighboring city of the Israelites that will be shown no mercy. And that would take place in a form, well, he would never have mercy. And we're going to see the judgment in the form of the nuclear missiles and his slavery in our kingdom, in the everlasting kingdom of Israel on the earth. But Edom would rule the daughter of Babylon, would rule Babylon the Great, the modern day Egypt. It will be destroyed. Edom would have the power at the end times, before the Lord Yahushua will come back and destroy him. Esau will be the end of the world, and Jacob would be the beginning of a default. And we know the Lord Yahushua is coming back soon, based on the signs of the times, the wars, the rumors of wars, the mark of the beast. We know that this is the revised Roman system, the beast system. We know that this is America's Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon. This great city, and it will be ruled by Edom. And who rules America? The so-called white man. So America, Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, in this revised beast system, the NATO and the EU, the so-called white man rules this. And so this is Edom's place in prophecy. So Edom cannot be Japheth based on biblical prophecy. Japheth does not play any role in biblical prophecy. Now, I'll say this before I get to the scriptures. Sluggy for rambling. But when you look at Gog and Magog, the Medes, it's Japhetic lands, but Japheth, since the flood inhabited his area, their area, and they had their different lands, they were the original Greeks, dark skinned, and then Esau took them over. And so to say that the so-called white man is not Japheth. Japheth had those lands, dark-skinned heathen. Then Esau, the sons of the wicked, took them over. And because these false doctrine people don't understand prophecy, they falsely link Esau, they link the so-called white man to Japheth instead of Esau, because they don't understand prophecy. They don't understand the original inhabitants of those lands were dark skinned, and that the prophecy refers to the end times where their land would be, but the rulers of the land, they would be it would talk about the land where the prophecies would take place as the countries. For example, Gog and Magog was originally Japhetic land, but in the end times it will be ruled by Esau, who would also rule Babylon the Great and bring his own destruction upon himself. And so you can't and then you have the Grecians, the Japhetic peoples were the inhabitants. It says Yawan in the Hebrew, the Javan, but it's really Yawan. The Japheth was the original Greeks. You had the Etruscans, but then Esau obviously took over, and obviously Joel 3 is dealing with more the end times, and so it will be dealing with the land, the people that would rule that land, just like Gog and Magog. And Edom's role, who took over those lands, would be to rule the daughter of Babylon. So you can't link it. It doesn't work with both. And so because the scriptures are so rooted, you can see Esau rules Babylon the Great, and he took over those lands of Japheth, he would be the one in those lands for biblical prophecy, but the Japheth who was in those lands is nowhere to be seen. The people Japheth in the end time biblical prophecy. So we can link Esau Edom to where he is in biblical prophecy, but I had to make that point on the confusion between why false teachers say Esau is, say the so-called white man is Japheth, because he took over those lands, the dark-skinned Japhetic lands, which now those prophecies are happening now concerning those lands, like Gog and Magog, which is Russia. But Shalaki for the long spew before I even got any scriptures. We can prove Esau rules Babylon the Great. This is the daughter of Babylon, and that he's here in the end times, that Esau is the so-called white man. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, or the Lord Yahweh in all caps, that he had taken against Edom. Edom is the so-called white man, the red man. And I go back to the basics, prove that Esau the so-called white man, that he is the red man. Edom in the Hebrew, Adawan, means red. Esau, Genesis 25 and 25, came out red all over like a hairy garment. That cunning hunter, the man that hates Jacob, the Israelites. That in itself could be another lesson, proves that Edom is the so-called white man and not Japheth. So you have to find a truth that the original Etruscans, original Japhites were dark-skinned, or the Japhites were dark-skinned, the original inhabitants of, for example, Greece, the Etruscans. And Edom took that land over. But reading on, his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman, surely the least of the flock, the small heads, shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. And the reason I'm bringing out this scripture is because here it says Edom in Jeremiah the 49th chapter. Now, when you go to Jeremiah the 50th chapter, in the 45th verse, it will say the same thing, except instead of Edom, it mentions Babylon, proving that Edom rules Babylon, and also proving in Babylon is America, proving there will be a future Babylon, and that it's not talking about ancient Babylon, because Edom did not rule ancient Babylon. It would be. This is talking about Babylon the Great in Book of Revelations, the 18th chapter, the 17th chapter. In Babylon and in prophecy as well as Isaiah the 13th chapter. So Edom would rule Babylon, this great whore, this great city that reigneth over the kings of the earth. This great and power kingdom that ruled by the wicked. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Edom is the wicked. Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. And so Edom would be empowered to rule Babylon. That would be where he is, this red man. So the so-called white man is Edom, not Japheth. So again, Jeremiah, or read this, Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he hath taken against Babylon. So 49th chapter said Edom, 50th chapter and 45th verse is Babylon. So Edom rules Babylon. You can't get around it. Future Babylon, America, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock, the small head, shall draw them out to World War III. But they're going to draw America to World War III. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. But the point was to show you that Edom rules Babylon. Babylon is America. The so-called white man is Edom. The so-called white man rules America. This, you see prophecy, this is where Edom fits in the prophecy. We'll get this one too. This is Psalms chapter 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. And that is when the Babylonians came up against us, sacked the temple. The Edomites helped them in that endeavor to come up against us. And that was a wicked act, a very wicked act of the Edomites. Verse 8. And you read that history first. Ezra, the 4th chapter, is an example of where you can find that history. Verse 8. O daughter of Babylon. That's America. The future Babylon. So, what is this saying? That why does it have 7 and 8 written like this? Because Edom would rule the daughter of Babylon. It's connecting Edom with the daughter of Babylon. The daughter of Babylon is a kingdom, Babylon the Great, which is America. A place of captivity for the Israelites that would reign over the earth, push witchcraft, wickedness, and lies, which will be revealed by the prophets, and will be destroyed when the Lord Yahushua comes back. But let's read these two verses together again. Psalms chapter 137 and verse 8. O daughter of Ursulaki, verse 7. Remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, so Edom rules Babylon, who are to be destroyed. This place is going to be destroyed by fire, by nuclear missiles in 1 hour. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. And so that is another thing when it says who are to be destroyed. Ancient Babylon was not really destroyed. It was not destroyed. It was just a translation. It was a hostile takeover. And so was it from the vice regent Belshazzar to Darius, who the Mede working for Cyrus. I believe I'm correct. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. In the comments, in the comment say the description box, I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. But it said who are to be destroyed. Ancient Babylon was not destroyed. It went from the ancient Babylonians to the Medo-Persians, the Assyrian Babylonians to the Medo-Persians. This future Babylon will be destroyed by fire, which will be ran by the Edomites. That doesn't connect to ancient Babylon. So this is Edom's role in prophecy. Japheth does not have any major roles in prophecy. This fits the Edom, this fits the so-called white man. Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 47. This is Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, which the dust represents confusion, O virgin daughter of Babylon. We just read Psalms 137 that Edom would rule Babylon. A future Babylon that would reign over the earth. Who's reigning over the earth? The so-called white man. What's his main kingdom? America. What does it look like is going to happen in World War III, the third war in the Bible? That these nations are going to shoot their missiles on America, which is what it looks like right now, because they got their missiles and even their allies are starting to hate America. This is biblical prophecy. So Babylon is America, this great whore, that sits on the beast, this revised Roman system that reigneth over the kings of the earth, that pushes wicked wine and its philosophies throughout an Americanization throughout the four corners of the earth. America is Babylon, this whore that sits on many waters, the great melting pot, and Edom would rule this whore, and it will be destroyed. Edom is the wicked reserved for the day of destruction. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So the so-called white man is Edom. Japheth, it does not play a part in this. Japheth is a nobody right now. Japheth was the ancient Medes. When the prophecies speak about the Medes shooting their bows in this time, it's about the Russian Edomites that took over that land who have the nuclear missiles. Same thing with Gog and Magog. It's prophecy. Reading this again, Isaiah chapter 47 verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So Isaiah 47 is dealing with the daughter of Babylon. Prophecy against the daughter of Babylon, against America. This is this wicked kingdom that we're in. And make the point, what does it mean when it says the virgin daughter of Babylon for edification? Because this place of the virgin has not seen a military war on its own land. So this place is seen as the virgin. These people have been comfortable, are proud, they're in power, they don't think they'll be taken down. But soon this place is going to be destroyed. We read daughter of Babylon who are to be destroyed. And we're going to read further down how this place will be destroyed. But so this the daughter of Babylon. Another place it tells you about this is Jeremiah the 50th chapter. Which we'll grab that, Lord willing. So Edom rules this place. Now we're gonna read how this place will be destroyed. I'm not gonna don't want to go through the whole chapter. But this is Isaiah chapter, but it shows you what America's history, a true history of witchcraft, enslaving the Israelites, and what it does now with witchcraft too, enslaving the Israelites, being proud, think they're gonna last forever. It's ran by these Edomites, and the prophets would bring out reveal this whore and prophesy against this place. And then it will be destroyed when the Lord Yahushua comes back. That's what Isaiah 47 is going into. Destruction of Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, America. And how is the destruction going to happen? Verse 14. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 14. It reads, Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. So the daughter of Babylon will be destroyed by fire. Revelation 18, I think it's verse 8. About Babylon the Great says her plague shall come in one day, death and mourning and fire, death, famine, mourning and fire, and she shall be utterly burned with, so death, mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Bashan Shah power who judgeth her. So this is that same fire, the lake of fire. It's talking about America, Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon. It's going to be that lake of fire from the nuclear missiles destroying this place, sweeping it with that broom, that besom of destruction. It says in Isaiah the 14th chapter. Let's read this again. So that's how the daughter of Babylon will be destroyed. And the scriptures say the Medes are going to do it. The Medes did not, so that's not talking about ancient Babylon. Ancient Babylon was not destroyed by fire. So the Medes is not actually talking about the Medes. It's talking about the Russians, those that inhabit the land of the Medes, which who took over, who's the blessing of the fatness of the earth and the sword, Esau. So the Medes isn't talking about Japheth, it's talking about Esau, who took over Japheth's land, who got these nuclear missiles to destroy Babylon by fire. It makes perfect sense. But let's read this again. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 14. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them, these witches in this whole land. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor a fire to sit before it. That fire is from the nuclear missiles. Now I quoted Isaiah the 13th chapter. I would like to go there. It's a heavy prophecy, or the prophecy are heavy. This is against Babylon, against America. And we're going to start at verse 17. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. And the Medes was originally ruled by Japheth. This is prophetic. This is talking about Russia destroying America with their nuclear missiles. This is what this part of Isaiah the 13th chapter is going into. And so the Medes is were Japhetic in history, the Medo-Persian Empire, and they it was a hostile takeover that translated ancient Babylon going down to the Medo-Persians. It was no great war. It was no bows, no missiles being shot at them. It was not destroyed by fire. It was not destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah, which we're going to read here. So this prophecy is not dealing with the ancient Babylon. It's not dealing with the Medes. It's dealing with the Edomites that took over this land. And to destroy Babylon, to destroy the daughter of Babylon, to destroy America, which is Babylon, like Sodom and Gomorrah. And the Edomites took over that land. And they got the equipment, the missiles to do that, to destroy this land in this manner. And Edom got the earth right now, and has ruined Babylon. This is his role in prophecy. He's got the blessing of the fatness of the earth. The earth is given into his hands. He's divided against himself. You got the Russian going to destroy Americans. America divided amongst itself. So that has nothing to do with Japheth. Esau took over these lands. That's what he does. He's been given the power to do that in his main place of Babylon, but he's also ruling Russia. Verse 17, Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows, the missiles, also shall dash the young men to pieces, and the Russian Edomites, got the largest nuclear missile arsenal. And they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb, their eyes shall not spare children. In Babylon, America, the daughter of Babylon, which will be ruled by Edom, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh Bashem Yoshai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So Babylon will be destroyed as Sodom and Gomorrah. So this place of our captivity, the Lord Yahushua will save us from it and will destroy it, destroy our enemies that rule this place, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. This in America, that same wickedness, and the scripture says Sodom and Gomorrah is an example for those that after should live ungodly, suffering that vengeance of eternal fire, which it didn't literally burn forever. But Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by fire, and America had the same fate. And they said the smoke going to go forever on this place, meaning for a long time. That fire is going to burn for a very long time. Then it's good to say the wild birds will inhabit this place. And that cuts the false hell doctrine right there as well. And so Babylon will be destroyed as Sodom and Gomorrah, which means by fire. Ancient Babylon was not destroyed by fire. Um, so, and this is not, and the Medes would do it, but it's talking about the Russians. It's prophetic. Those that took over that land. Ancient Japheth was taken up out of that land, and in the end times, it said the Medes would shoot their bows on this place. When Japheth was placed out of that land, Esau took over. Um, and he has the nuclear missiles. He's been blessed with a sword. He was given that great sword, which is the missiles, in his blessing. So it's dealing with Esau, who's gonna shoot missiles on America, which is also Esau's kingdom. It can destroy the Sodom and Gomorrah that didn't happen before. So when you read this, it's prophetic. It's not dealing with ancient Babylon. It's not dealing with the ancient Medes, the literal Medes that ruled the Medo-Persian, would rule the Medes in the Medo-Persian Empire. It's dealing with who would rule that land in the end times when the daughter of Babylon will be destroyed. And we know these crackers is the Edomites, this red people. They rule Russia, and you got Israelites that look like the so-called white man, to make that point clear through the seed of the Father. But these Russians are Edomites. Part of the blessing, the fatness of the earth, and the sword, is these so-called white people that took over. And so we know Esau's role in end-time prophecy. Um, and let's go to Jeremiah 50, back to Jeremiah chapter 50, and we're going to read up to verse 40. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 40. As Yahweh Bashan Shai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, just like we just read in Isaiah 13. Chapter dealing with Babylon, this is America. Ancient Babylon was not destroyed like this. It's talking about a future Babylon, America, ran by the Edomites, we proved in Jeremiah 49. As Yahweh Bashan Shai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord Yahweh, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Behold, a people shall come from the north, which is Russia, and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. And what are they going to do? They're going to shoot their missiles on America and on Babylon in the midst of World War III, which will take the bows, and America will be destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah. There's nuclear war. Flames of fuel of fire, says in Isaiah the 9th chapter and the 5th verse. Shall fight not with garments, noise, and roll with blood, but with flames and fuel of war, with flames and fuel of fire. Nuclear war. The third woe in the Bible. Verse 42, they shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, every one put in array, like a man to the battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon. So America is this daughter of Babylon. The Babylon that would come after ancient Babylon. So this place would be destroyed as Sodom and Gomorrah. And the Edomites would rule this place. And so all these nations that bend the bow, it's good to say all ye that bend the bow, they're going to shoot their missiles and destroy the daughter of Babylon, which is ran by the Edomites, which is America, which is ruled by the so-called white people. And so this is Esau's role in prophecy. He took over the earth, got his blessing, the fatness of the earth. This red man ruled the sword. He ruled America. Went to this part, the hindermost of the nations. When he came about Europe, the bottomless pit, and deceived the nation by deceptions, witchcrafts. Esau is the end of the world. This is his kingdom, the beast system, the revised Roman system, the revised dragon, the Roman Empire, the revised Roman Empire. He's going to bring persecution to the Israelites. He hates us, the Israelites. So this is what Esau is doing. This is what the so-called white man is doing, linked to Esau. And so it's really simple. It's pretty plain. When you go through the prophecies and understand the history to know the mystery, you see these false doctrines get cut, and the truth will always prevail. And so you see Edom would rule the daughter of Babylon, and he would shoot missiles on himself, which the daughter of Babylon is America. And it's proved multiple points, like these wacky tag Christians tell you that this is dealing with ancient Babylon. Well, Edom didn't rule ancient Babylon. Ancient Babylon wasn't destroyed by fire, like Sodom and Gomorrah. So that also proves that Jeremiah 49 and 50 is talking about modern day Babylon, and that Edom is not done away with, because that destruction hasn't happened to Edom yet. And so, I think I'll close out there. I might make a part 2. I didn't want to make more scriptures on the topic, but I don't want to make this too long. And I hope that was edifying. With that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh, Shai, Bahasham, Kokodash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father in the ancient Hebrew. Yahweh Shai is the true name of the only begotten Son. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone over well, and shalom to the Lord's elect.